how to be a dentist.
It's like I wanted to own my own cafeteria.
I can get straight A's at schools. And
I work as an occupational health and safety specialist with BC Hydro.
And get into a good university for my better future.
I would love to see myself as a successful businesswoman.
So I want to be like a PE teacher and a personal trainer.
I came from China.
I'm from Iraq. I left Iraq when I was 14 years old. I stayed in Syria for 3 years and I came to Canada from there.
But I have lived in China, but my nationality is Korean.
Oh, I actually came from Sudan, but I'm originally from Ethiopia.
I immigrated from China, Shanghai.
I'm from Eritrea. It's a small country in Northeast Africa.
Originally I'm from Afghanistan, but I was born and raised in Pakistan. So
My parents immigrated to Canada from Romania. They wanted to give us this future where a career was something that was based on merit versus having connections.
it was kind of hard to live. It was just a survival. So we had to come here.
We didn't have the opportunity to go to school, so my brother sponsored us to come to Canada.
They wanted me to have some fun time and play around with my friend, but not just study.
It's really hard to just, live life every day, especially if you have children. It's just really, and with a single mother. Just wanted to get out of there, so we signed up for the UN.
A lot of people were killed there. A lot of my relatives passed away, so we didn't want to go through this experience again.
Second largest country in the world, and it's very cold.
And the only thing I knew was that it was going to be like a really cold country.
And you can't live there unless you have like a lot of jackets and coats on you.
I know nothing about Canada. The only thing I know is really cold.
And like when I first heard that we're coming to Canada, I was happy, sad, and excited at the same time.
That was the happiest moment of my life.
I was really nervous.
I remember when I was in the bus coming to the airport, I was actually crying.
Kind of sad, but also I'm kind of excited for expecting new life.
Wow, going to Canada. So yeah, so excited to go to Canada.
And then when the plane was landing, I saw the sea, and I was like, oh, it's so beautiful in Canada, very different. Yes.
When I first arrived in Canada, I saw pretty much everything was green, and everywhere trees and grass, so it was really beautiful.
You can see many people from India, from China, from Europe. You can see a lot of people. Back in Iraq wasn't that multicultural community.
It all began when the first day came here. It was awful. It was a lunchtime, so when I got out, I just saw all those people walking around. It was like so many people, and I got so confused actually. And not knowing the English, I couldn't even ask what is my Block A class over there.
I came here, my English level was down on the ground. I knew nothing. My English was horrible.
The first time I got the results, it was ESL 1, so the lowest level, the lowest class in ESL 1. So that time I was kind of surprised and then kind of sad because I used to be a really good student back in China, so I couldn't really accept that. But
The science-based courses, I was getting near hundreds, almost all the tests, versus the more social type courses where everything had to do with writing ability.
My mom actually wanted me to do stuff involve business and banking stuff. Personally, I don't really like that.
They were really worried about me to adapt in Canadian society or doing good in a Canadian school.
My mom and my dad are both looking for jobs, stressing out about the funds running out because now there's not much coming in versus what's being spent.
So that sort of stress got transferred onto us.
She wasn't actually really worried about like us breaking up the language, because she knew we were gonna pick it up like fast because we were young.
American TV series. That helped me a lot on my English skills, because I can hear what people saying, right, and remember what they say. And I think the subtitle is the most great things I ever met, because well, it has some words that you don't know, right, and I can like write it down and remember it. And also like they put the words that you don't know into a sentence that you know how to use that word properly, right? We don't have Halloween in China, but it's really great to try things new, right? To fit in. Actually, in China, we never have stuff like volunteer, because our first mission is study and ace the test. But here, if we don't do our volunteer hours, we cannot graduate, right? So the settlement worker helped me a lot, actually. She gives me a lot of information that I need, and she also communicate with my teachers and know and helped me to go through the difficulty.
I read a lot. Like reading is one of the most important tools, I think, to learn a language. My ESL teachers, they did great job on like teaching me from the base how to like become a really good writer.
The teachers were not really giving pressure on ESL students to improve their language skills. They just set an environment that it's good for a student to learn the language. I have participated in some workshops organized by the settlement workers, such as youth workshop, and those programs were fantastic. They taught me how to study and how to adapt in Canadian society, and they provided me a lot of information about how to fit in the school. And your first language is the most important language in your life, that contains a lot of culture stuff and your identity. Intramural sports events are really good, and that helped me to make a lot of friends.
When Vancouver Canucks got the Stanley Cup final, everybody was cheering for them. So me and my family were watching hockey too. It's my first time for my parents watching hockey, and they're like, "Oh, Vancouver's in the final, we're gonna support them." And that made me feel like I'm part of Vancouver and Canada. The settlement worker had one of the biggest impacts in my life when I came to Canada, because he helped us a lot, like to understand what do I need to graduate, what do I need to be like a regular student or to study and get all my courses together. Outside of school time, I have a part-time job, so I work 3 days in a week, and like dealing with customers and stuff like that helped me a lot to improve my English.
And so after taking choir, so I feel like I was getting more confident at myself. I went to YWCA for mentoring, and then also I did leadership. So I think through these volunteering experience, I was better for getting more responsible. In Canada, it's more to the learning process, not just for the final results. So the teachers were very encouraging, and back in China, it's mostly my mom taking care of me more. And in Canada, so when we go out, it's mostly I'm doing like the translating and then the speaking part. Yeah.
She helped me a lot by telling me that it's okay, you can learn. Just try to speak it out, don't be shy. It's in 3 years and I'm like the same level as at my age students.
Open your mind. Don't stay in a small circle. Try to make new friends.
If you have a positive attitude, everything will be easy.
Don't give up on the first day. I mean, just the beginning.
Be motivated.
It's very important to communicate with the teachers and get involved with community.
Never quit till you achieve your dreams.
If you work hard, you can be anything.
I think my parents were mainly hoping that me and my sister would have a better future. I think it's almost 15 years. I think they probably would agree with me that their move was a success at this point.